NATO's peacekeeping efforts, managing conflict with Russian involvement. Introduction. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, is an intergovernmental military alliance between several North American and European countries. The organization was established in 1949, with the aim of collectively defending its member countries from threats including domestic and external aggression. Since its establishment, NATO has grown to become one of the largest and most powerful military alliances in the world. However, over the past few years, the role of NATO has changed drastically. The presence of Russian aggression and involvement in various conflicts around the world has caused NATO to adjust its objective from primarily defensive to also focus on peacekeeping efforts. NATO's peacekeeping efforts have been crucial in managing conflict and ensuring stability in many areas around the world, particularly in regions close to the Russian border. NATO's peacekeeping efforts. NATO's peacekeeping efforts involve deploying military forces to conflict zones in order to maintain peace and stability. The organization has been involved in peacekeeping efforts in several regions around the world, including the Balkans, Afghanistan, and Iraq. These missions often involve sending peacekeeping forces to contested regions in order to prevent conflict and protect civilian populations. The organization's peacekeeping efforts are especially relevant in regions near Russia's border, where Russian aggression has been a major source of instability. For example, NATO has been involved in peacekeeping efforts in the Balkans since the 1990s, when conflict erupted in the region due to the collapse of Yugoslavia. Russian involvement in the region has been a major obstacle to peace, and NATO has been crucial in the efforts to keep the situation under control. Similarly, in recent years, NATO has been involved in peacekeeping efforts in Ukraine, where Russian involvement has been a major source of conflict. Russia annexed Crimea in 2014, an act which was widely condemned by the international community. Since then, the conflict between Ukraine and Russia has continued, with fighting in the Donbass region and ongoing tensions in the Black Sea. NATO's peacekeeping efforts in the region have been critical in preventing further escalation of the conflict. Managing conflict with Russian involvement. One of the key challenges facing NATO's peacekeeping efforts is managing conflict with Russian involvement. Russian aggression has been a major source of instability in several regions, and it has often been difficult to manage conflicts in these areas without addressing Russian involvement. One example of this is the ongoing conflict in Syria. The conflict began in 2011 as a popular uprising against the Syrian government, but has since evolved into a complex conflict with numerous factions involved. Russia has been a major supporter of the Syrian government, providing military aid and diplomatic support. This has made it difficult for NATO and other international actors to address the conflict without engaging with Russia. Similarly, in the Balkans and Ukraine, Russian involvement has been a major obstacle to peace. Russia has been accused of supporting separatist groups in the Donbass region of Ukraine, and has also been accused of backing opposition parties in several Balkan countries. This has made it difficult for NATO to address the conflicts in these regions without addressing Russian involvement. Conclusion. Overall, NATO's peacekeeping efforts have been critical in managing conflict and ensuring stability in several regions around the world. However, managing conflict with Russian involvement has been a major challenge for NATO, and has made it difficult to effectively address conflicts in certain regions. Despite these challenges, NATO has continued to play a vital role in maintaining peace and stability, and will likely continue to do so in the years to come.